when I was younger, it wasn't uncommon, let's say, I learned from people around me that if you saw two men walking down the street holding hands, you could feel and then express some disgust, right? You really, that was part of the the culture, unfortunately. But what's been crazy to notice is that, like, if you pull out, that's a human expression. We are all experiencing human expressions. We are watching people and phenomena, and we are bringing the story to the phenomena. The same is true with the example with two men holding hands. This is a story that comes from a set of ideas, and if we can pull out, we can realize that the same with a hairy man, let's say in a dress, in a frilly, comfortable dress. What's good, bro? What causes? There's a person I follow on Instagram named Alok. What's his name, baby?
Alok.
Alok V Menon, I think. He's a trans activist and a non-binary person, and he posts a lot about this thing that he goes out in the street and tries to live his life the way that I live my life. He's trying to simply express and live, and people view him with their lens. And it's just, I think, a failure of the human conversation that we haven't yet, far from mastered this. We haven't really broached well the phenomena of this communication gap, of this experiential gap. I think it's been broached and discussed really well on certain levels, in philosophy rooms and things like this. But as a general conversation, we're observing now, I think, the breakdown of these different stories that we have. And it's helpful if we want to exist with each other well. I think we'll need to become skilled at removing our stories, being able to observe things at its rawest and purest form, which is a human expression, which we all seek to, which is which part of the human condition. And and from that, we can experience things without the story, without the anxieties, without the judgment, without the guilt, without the fear. I think it's just key to notice almost everything that we feel and know, the foundations of our thoughts, our language, they're all predicated on huge cultural forces, what's good, yo? They're all predicated on these cultural forces. So you're not experiencing, like, your ideas are most often not completely original. They're a product of prior experiences and ideas, and that's okay. But that means that it's helpful to say maybe they're not grounded in anything that's useful in the moment to interpret what's going on, and maybe they're not more important than the comfort of and the expression of the other person, of the other phenomenon, the thing that you're observing. And so how can I decenter that? How can I decenter my story? Because as powerful as it may feel, there's no proof that it's the story, that it's correct. It's so there's that.